New at 6, the Dallas Center Grimes School Board is changing the process for electing its members, making all of the positions at-large roles. But as KCCI's Bo Bowman shows us, parents in the smaller rural part of the school district are worried this decision could leave them out of the process.
Saturday morning, the Sugar Grove Goods coffee shop in Dallas Center turns into campaign headquarters.
Yep, 20 on a page, and I think this makes 12 completed ones.
A grassroots movement collecting signatures in protest of a recent Dallas Center Grimes School Board vote, requiring all 7 school board members to be elected at large. As opposed to the current method, 4 of the members represent a section of the school district.
Guaranteed votes, Dallas Center has 1, Grimes already has 3. It's incredibly important that we have people from this community with a voice.
Parents like Meg Dickinson are worried if it turns to an all at-large vote, it could be difficult for her town, much smaller than Grimes, to have anyone on the school board sticking up for them.
And that leads to further politicization of our board, as opposed to ensuring that there's representation from both communities.
That's why Dickinson and others in Dallas Center are collecting signatures and filing petitions for this issue to be sent to the entire DCG community to vote on, or taken off the table altogether.
Oh, this one's really crinkly.
So far, they've collected about 300 signatures and need about 500 more.
We take a lot of pride in our community. It's very important to us that we at least have a voice.
The Dallas Center Grimes School District sent KCCI a statement reading in part, "This resolution is now in a 28-day waiting period before it becomes official, unless a petition is filed." Dickinson says they have until Friday, February 17th, to get the names they need.
If we pay taxes, we want a voice.
In Dallas Center, Bo Bowman, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Now, you have to be at least 18 years old and live in the DCG school district to sign that petition. You can contact Meg Dickinson on Facebook if you're interested in signing. Lawyers for the former president have turned in more classified documents and an aide's laptop to federal investigators. Now prosecutors are investigating whether or not Donald Trump knowingly kept those documents. Someone familiar with the investigation spoke to the Associated Press and shared this information anonymously. They say this happened recently and over a span of months. This investigation began when the FBI found hundreds of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago in August during a raid. Meanwhile, one classified document was found after the FBI searched the Indiana home of former Vice President Mike Pence. A spokesperson for Pence says agents are expected to search his Washington, D.C. office in the coming days. New at 6, the Des Moines Fire Department is improving how it helps people experiencing cardiac arrest. This week, first responders were trained on a new procedure called advanced cardiac resuscitation. It puts an emphasis on chest compressions and teaches first responders how to best care for patients using new technology. The fire department says about 10% of the people it helps during cardiac arrest survive after their care. This method could increase the survival rate by 20 to 30%.
What this class did really was to kind of open our eyes to understanding what we're seeing, understanding the data that we're getting, what the patient's signs are, and to help guide us down that road where we can have better outcomes.
And the fire department recommends everyone take a CPR certification class, but even if you aren't certified, don't hesitate to begin chest compressions in an emergency right away before first responders can arrive. Well, a gift of joy turns into a super surprise. How one barista is feeling extra thankful tonight. A new show on our very local app is highlighting all Eastern Iowa City has to offer. Eat, Play, Stay. Step Up to the Plate is centered on Dubuque and the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. Download the very local app to watch it for free.
This is Iowa's news leader, KCCI 8 News at 6.
New at 6, a barista in Fort Dodge is feeling very thankful tonight after receiving a sweet surprise. His customers came together to buy him his own set of wheels, and it all started with a couple's experience at the Starbucks in Target.
And we went up to the counter. Neither one of us really knew what we wanted. And Taylor quickly came up to us and was like, "Hey, is there anything I can help you with on the menu?" And I'm like, "Well, I really don't know what I want." And he told us that he could help us pick out something. And we gave him a couple of things that we for sure wanted. And he was so excited. Then when he gave us our drinks and we were walking away, he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, have a grande," like the grande drink size with Starbucks. And I was just giggling. It just made my night so much.
Now, Lynette Elson posted on Facebook about her experience, though that post she discovered two things. Taylor Bratland was beloved by many, and that throughout the winter he has been walking to and from work because he was without a car. That's when the Fort Dodge community came together with a warm welcome and a really big gift.
He's gonna wonder why his name's Taylor. Hi, Taylor. We just wanted to let you know that you're an amazing person.
How about that? Well, during his work break, Taylor was surprised with his very own set of wheels. And
Erica was like, the community seen the things that you've done, and we wanted to give back, so we got you this car. And I was like, and it shook my world. 9 times out of 10, I make something that they enjoy, and that 1/10th time, it only takes a second try for me to make something that they do enjoy. And there is so much joy that I feel from being able to provide that for people.
how about that? Pat, is great news. Bratland says he was surprised, as you can see there, by how many people came together to make it happen, but he wasn't surprised by how kind the Fort Dodge community is. And that's a great way to segue into weather with Zane. February day, but boy, it does not feel like February out there.
No, it does not. Yeah, Fort Dodge or anywhere else outside here today. Been beautiful here by winter standards. Let's show you some of the snow that's still around, though, in parts of the state here. We got a good look at it this afternoon because visible satellite, wasn't any clouds to see, so all it's seeing is the white on the ground. Over in eastern Iowa, there's that swath of real heavy snow that fell on Thursday, still hasn't melted yet. Several inches, for example, over in Dubuque. Here in northern Iowa, farthest south, the snow extends down to about Jefferson or so. Rest of us who were in snow-free areas earlier today all jumped up well into the 40s. Wasn't quite as warm off to the north, obviously, with that snowpack. Now, right now, 30s and low 40s for temperatures here across the state of Iowa. For example, there's some snow up in Algona still on the grounds of the Kossuth County Courthouse. You still see a little bit deep there in the grassy surfaces, at least. 32 degrees up to the north at this hour, and just enough of a breeze to drop those wind chills down into the 20s. Shouldn't see too much more of a chill down, though, the rest of tonight. We're going to keep things fairly tranquil, fairly mild. High pressure's off to our east, and when you're west of high pressure, usually you're getting a little bit of a southerly breeze, and that's the case here tonight. Only feature approaching from the west is going to be a little bit of a boundary that comes our way tomorrow with a couple extra clouds and a little shift in our wind direction. We'll call it a cold front, but it won't be really a big impact on our weather. You just won't see clear as a bell type of blue skies tomorrow, and you'll see a little bit more of a northwesterly breeze by the afternoon hours. But still, similar numbers, upper 40s in snow-free areas, a little bit colder than that where there's still some of that white on the ground. Best day of the next several days, though, is probably coming on Monday. We're back to that full day of sunshine to start next work week. Temperatures jump all the way up into the 50s, again, where there's not snow, and that's going to be a nice March day, mid to late March day, not necessarily February, the day after the Super Bowl. Absolutely not that type of weather. Now, next week we also do have a big chance of rain coming up towards Tuesday, especially during the day. We'll start off maybe still a little bit dry, but during the day, plenty of rain showers drift overhead. Thankfully, we will be on the warm side of this next low pressure center, which passes by to our north and west, so we don't have to worry about any frozen precipitation. It's just going to be breezy and, not super nice outside, but temperatures won't be cold enough that we have to worry about anything getting slick or anything like that. Just wet by Tuesday. Tonight, clear and still pretty mild. The normal lows in the teens, and we're going to be in the upper 20s. Same for tomorrow. Instead of around freezing, upper 40s here around the Des Moines metro. Just a little bit of a few more clouds in the sky. Next system after Tuesday we'll be looking at is Thursday. Now this one might be a little bit more winter-like, obviously 4 or 5 days out, but that's one to keep an eye on for some winter impacts and a little bit colder air too, with 20s by the work week's end.
Thanks, Andy. A University of Iowa instructor is appearing on Matter of Fact tonight. Soledad O'Brien gives us a sneak peek.
Hi to our KCCI viewers. I'm Soledad O'Brien, and here's a look at what's coming up on this week's show. Plumbers and electricians and carpenters are needed right now, but young people are shying away from those jobs. A University of Iowa instructor is trying to change that. We're going to talk to him about his plan to get Gen Z into the skilled trades.
If you go through an apprenticeship program and you become a journey worker, you're going to have a good life.
Paul Iverson works with the University of Iowa's Labor Center. You can watch tonight's Matter of Fact right after this newscast. It will also air again after KCCI 8 News at 10.
Now, here's Shannon Earhart with KCCI 8 Sports, powered by Carl's Auto Group.
There is no elbow room in the Missouri Valley Conference, and with 4 regular season games left, it's crunch time. It's a 3-way tie for first. Drake and Southern Illinois played for it all at the Knapp this afternoon. All Drake to start. It's 11-0. 5 minutes into the game, Roman Penn with some pressure. He takes the 3-pointer. It's now 14-0. Drake just rolled all night long. Calhoun said, I want a piece of it too. Here, he had a pretty significant night for the Bulldogs. He pulls back up at the top of the key from the logo. Deep 3 for Calhoun. Drake is 7 of 8 from 3 with under 6 minutes left in the first. 3-on-3 in transition. Garrett Sturks bodies his way through 2 defenders and gets the and 1. Drake is up 27 points. DeVries, watch him here in the backdoor cut. Wilkins sneaks it to him and he gets the bucket in. DeVries hit Drake's last 12 points here and actually reached 1,000 collegiate points today. Drake wins a clutch game 74-54 at the Knapp. UNI hosted Indiana State. A little bit of trouble here with the handoff. But UNI will regain control in the backcourt. Get some movement going here. Landon Wolf pulls up at the elbow for the jumper, ties the game at 14. A little bit of sloppy play from UNI all day. Couldn't get the ball rolling. Julian Larry steals it and dunks it. Hangs on the hoop, but buddy, you can't do that. Gets teed up for trying to do a chin-up on the rim. 26-16 Sycamores, now at 65-41. James Betts putting in work there. His actually first 2 points of the game. UNI still trailing the next possession. The Panthers fall apart in the trap and give up this massive dunk. Cameron Henry goes in for the kill. UNI won't be able to recover after Indiana State led by as much as 28. Final score 80-62 Sycamores. Now this is what Hilton Coliseum looks like right now. This is courtesy of Nigel, our intern. Thank you for that video. They're playing Oklahoma State right now and cannot afford another loss to an unranked team. It's been a close game throughout the evening. The 11th ranked Cyclones are up right now 32-26 at the start of the second half. It was a 1-point game in West Virginia at halftime for the Iowa State women. It's a must-win game for the Cyclones as they drop their last 2. Score right now, West Virginia 47, Iowa State 43. You couldn't have scripted it better. In the final season before the best swimmers in the state split up, Waukee won a 3rd straight title. The three-peat comes from a whopping 304 points. The all-senior relay of A.J. Abrams, Sam Davey, Cooper Rogers, and Asher Havenhill won the individual state title for the 200-yard freestyle. Abram, Davey, Rogers, and James Coffey, also all seniors, swam the 400-yard freestyle relay in 3:05.75. And a senior again, Havenhill, finished the 100-yard backstroke in 49:20. Here are the final team scores. Waukee comes out on top with 304 points. Valley right behind them with 214. Ames and Ankeny were fairly close with 176 and 160 consecutively. Second-ranked Iowa walked onto the mat and wiped their hands clean of number 9 Michigan. 5 bonus point victories and 8 wins overall pleased a sold-out